What's up guys, Ainch here with my top 10 favorite mounts from World of Warcraft. Please keep in mind that this list is based off of my personal opinion, so if you disagree with me, of course post down below letting me know what your favorite mount is and of course why. Some of these mounts I have and some I don't, though some will only be available on the 30th when Legion hits. So without further ado, here is my top 10 favorite mounts from World of Warcraft. At number 10, the Astral Cloud Serpent. The Astral Cloud Serpent is a drop from Illigon within Mogushan Vaults, and it is stunning. This is a freaking celestial cloud serpent, and if its color scheme and design aren't good enough for you, do I really need to mention that shooting stars skyrocket out of its chest? I mean, they're small, but it does happen, and that is pretty damn badass. At number 9, the Illidari Fellstalker. Do you want the ultimate warlock mount? Well, here it is. You know, despite being kinda aimed at demon hunters, which it also does work with. It's basically an upgraded version of a fell hunter, which you can ride while looking mean as freaking possible. It's got demonic armor, a mouth full of sharp bones, and enough tentacles to make a hentai lover squeal with joy. However, if you want this, you're gonna have to get yourself a copy of the collector's edition of Legion, because there's no other way of you getting it. At number 8, the Drake of the East Wind. Possibly my favorite thing to come out of Cataclysm, except for the awesomely impossible heroic difficulty dungeons, were the Drakes of the Winds, and in particular, the Drake of the East Wind. You can earn this Drake from the Glory of the Cataclysm meta achievements, and it's well worth doing so. With an updated Drake model, the design team at Blizzard made a marvel, combining a very vibrant red, orange, and sometimes pink, and then shooting some lightning through it. Every time I think that they've run out of ideas, they somehow create some new, completely badass flying monster. Despite this, I've hardly seen anyone with this mount at all, and if they do have it, they don't really ride it that often. It's definitely an underrated mount, which surely deserves a little bit more love. At number 7, the Onyxia Drake. Speaking of drakes, you can't leave out the horned princess of weekly farm runs, the Onyxia Drake herself. Dropped from Onyxia in the level 80 version of the raid, though with an incredibly low drop chance, which makes any owner of this Drake very lucky. The purple-black princess closely resembles her mother, though at a much younger age, and is fierce indeed, with an incredible crest and horns as well to boot. The fact that I had to farm her for 4 years really makes me feel that I earned this beauty. At number 6, the Lothian Prowler. Right at the beginning of Warlords, I had a lot of people complaining that all the mounts were pretty much just reskins of each other. Well, that's not the case with Legion by the looks of things, despite one of those coming later in this list. We will be able to get our hands on this baby sometime after hitting level 110 and completing some quests in Surma. The very idea of this mount is so fresh that you will have to get it as soon as you can. It might not look like the fiercest of mounts, however this brand new Fox model is so unique and so unorthodox that it definitely deserves a place on this list. At number 5, we have the spawn of Galaks. Now it's really hard to be the best of the Proto-Drake mounts, given that we've got the Plague, the Violets, as well as the Time Lost. However, they've all been knocked out of the running by the spawn of Warlord Zayla's favorite mount. It is the reward from the meta achievement Glory of the Orgrimmar Raider, and it is brutal. First off, it's got iron spikes protruding from its back down to its tail as well as its wings. It's covered in tiger-like stripes, and it has giant tusks on either side of its mouth. I mean, who wouldn't want this absolute beast as their mount? At number 4, the Steelbound Davara. While this mount is simply a recolor of the Core Hound from the 10-year anniversary event, its new color palette works incredibly well with the fantasy of the Legion expansion. It will work well with pretty much any Legion style transmog that you might have, but far more importantly, blacksmithing is finally getting its own mount, and being primarily a blacksmith in WoW, this has made me incredibly happy. However, once again, this is just a recolor. However, given the circumstances, it is absolutely beautiful and a must-have for any kind of mount collector out there. Definitely get your hands on it, it is absolutely gorgeous. At number 3, the Vicious War Raptor. And of course, at least one of the vicious PvP mounts had to make it onto this list, and after much consideration, I do have to admit that this one is my favorite. The updated Raptor model looks absolutely gorgeous with spikes, scales and steel tusks, truly living up to the title of vicious. Seriously, this mount is the main reason why I'm going to be trying PvP in Legion. Why did they have to add spikes, scales and steel tusks to one of the most fiercest predators on Azeroth? Well, mainly because sharp teeth and claws just weren't enough. At number 2, Invincible. Come on, you knew Invincible had to be somewhere on this list. It's the mount of the Lich King himself. Though he couldn't save his horse's life as a novice paladin, once a Death Knight, Arthas returned to his steed's resting place and resurrected him, though now more badass than ever. While in life Invincible had a white coat and kind eyes, in death Invincible has new armor, bones sticking out of him, a vibrant blue coat, and of course some bat wings so that you can take to the skies riding the Mount of Death itself. Pretty much the coolest mount in the game. Almost. There is still one more on this list. In the number 1 spot, the Heavenly Onyx Cloud Serpent. The Heavenly Onyx Cloud Serpent is obviously a Cloud Serpent of the Heavenly design. Pretty much goes with the name. It drops off the Shah of Anger in Kunlai Summit, though with an incredibly low drop chance. Seriously low. Like, oh my god, would this thing just please drop for me? It's been 4 years, I'm asking Nasty Blizzard, please, just kind of pretty please? Really? It's been a while. The truly awesome thing about this mount is how it shows off the style of the Shah infestation, and it actually makes it look really good. Because let's face it, all that Shah-inspired weaponry and armor wasn't exactly winning any awards. However, on this mount it looks beautiful, corrupt, deadly, all at the same time. So what's your favorite mount? Please tell me why in the comments below. And if you disagree with any of my choices, obviously tell me why. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to rate it thumbs up and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Cheers.